Hi, this is Mrs. Dedecker here to show you how you're going to do your tech theme project in Google Docs. Our goal is to show you how to use some of the word processing tools within a Google Doc file while writing about this year's tech theme and Bible verse. The skills we'll be kind of exploring are margin settings, font type and size, centering, left alignment, and the Define tool. So to get started, we want to refer to our tech theme assignment and log in to get to our file to start editing our theme paper. So here we have our links here are always on the web page. So whatever grade level you're in, you can find all the links to everything you need for your project here. So I'm going to just click on the assignment sheet because you want to refer to it as you're going through this video. So here we're going to have our here's our tech theme assignment sheet, and it tells you you're going to log into Google Drive. If you're familiar with the Google Apps icon, it looks kind of like a waffle. You can also select Shared with Me, and you should also see the document. So going back to here, you'll see I always specify what's the title like. Like here it says tech theme in the title. So you're looking for your number and your name and tech theme in the title. So now once we get into the document, a finished document actually looks just like this one, only this year's theme is different than what's shown here. So you'll be applying what your theme is. So here, going back to this assignment sheet, I'm going to start with step 2 because we've already done step 1. So step 2 says change margins. You're going to go to the File menu, Page Setup, then go to the margins and then set the top, bottom, left, right to 0.5 or a half inch and click OK. So I'm going back into my file, and here I'm in my file and I want to click on File. This is the File menu, and I'm going to click on Page Setup. Within the Page Setup screen, I'm going to specify my margins as 0.5. Incidentally, they already are 0.5, but they may come in as 0.3, and you'll have to actually change them to 0.5. Most cases it starts with a different size and you'll have to change them to 0.5. So you just want to go in, change all of these to 0.5. And once you do that, then you can click OK. Distance between the edge of the paper and your text is essentially what the margin is. And then once you do that, you're going to go to step 3 of your assignment sheet, and you're going to select the font, which is a drop down on the toolbar, and you're going to specify whichever one you prefer out of these 3, either Times New Roman, Garamond, or Arial. So I'm going to click back into my document and I'm going to specify which font that I want to specify. And here I've selected Times New Roman, but you're certainly welcome to select a different font like Garamond. So once you select the font, I'm asking you to actually, in step 4, to select the font size. This is another drop down. This little like triangle thing means it's a drop down. So we're going to click on the drop down, and you want to make sure that the value that you select is 12. Once you do that, then you can go to step 5 and you're going to do right align. So select right align here, and you can, and it is already selected, so you don't even have to select it, but that's what this is. It's actually active. When it's kind of like highlighted like that, it means it's active. So then the right alignment actually is on, and you want to change this to whatever tech class that you're in. Here maybe it's 5th or 4th. You can just change this. It may not have any of this information at all in your document, so you may have to do this from scratch. But hopefully you'll at least have the subject, and you'll just specify the subject there and the current date. So you can just go 10, 27, and whatever the year is, so 17, let's say it is. And then your name goes here, and then your number goes here. If you don't know what your number is, it should be on your folder. The next thing we're going to do is, now you've entered in your student number, and now you're going to specify the title of yours. In step number 6, this year's technology theme is, and it's whatever it's going to be for your given year. It may not necessarily be the ones we show here. You'll have a different one usually every year. So here you would, for this particular assignment sheet, the theme is Love Holds Us Together. So now if I go back to here, I would type in Love Holds Us Together right here. And so, but now if you look at this, this is our title. How do you think we got to this point? So we want to actually center a line. So when you're coming off of just doing something right aligned here, if you click down or press enter, your cursor is actually going to be in the right, very right margin there. So you want to actually make it centered. So to do that, you need to click on center alignment. So if you click on center alignment, then your cursor automatically moves there, and you can start typing in your particular theme. Love holds us. You look on the next item there, or number 6, I'm still in number 6. You want to highlight with your mouse the title and center it, which it already is. There's 2 ways to do it. You can do it this way, highlighting, and then say it's in the right margin and you want to get it to the center. You can do it either way. Either way works. But I'm also specifying that you increase the font size. Okay, if you remember this drop down, you want to increase it to 14. And then you also want to bold it. So here's the bold button. So you just click bold and it bolds it for you. And then the next thing you're going to do is number 7. You're going to left align. So now we're going to press enter, and you want to left align. So by left align, you're going to go this way. You left align, then you want to select the menu called format. So if you look up here, the menu format, you want to make sure that the line spacing is single. See, right now it's currently at 1.15. You just want it to be single. So you click on single. Another way to accomplish the same thing is to go to the icon on your toolbar and click the drop down again and click single there. So either way works. So now we're in single line spacing mode. Now you want to type the entire Bible verse. So given whatever Bible verse you have, for this particular project it was Matthew 5:16, let your light shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. You could actually have specified that here and then just go in there and just have it go in there. But a way to do that is, if you don't want to type out the Bible verse, that's perfectly fine. If you just type in the reference, which is just this Matthew 5 verse 16, you can copy it with your Control C and then bring up a new tab, and you can look for Bible Gateway. You can start to type Bible Gateway and it should come up. And then you click on that and you can bring up Bible Gateway and just enter or Control B and put your Bible verse right in there and then press enter. If you want to specify what version you want to use, you can use King James, you can use New King James or New International Version. There's all kinds of versions here, but we mostly like to use King James Version. And once you select that, then you can actually copy and paste the actual Bible verse right in this, right from the site. So once you highlight it, just like you highlight any text, you can right click it and click copy. So that's the context menu. Copy on the context menu. So just click copy and go back to your document and you can simply just paste it in. So say I'm going to just replace this, I can just go Control B and it will replace that text. So now once we do that, then we can actually start doing the actual paragraphs. So first off, you're going to type the first paragraph with 3 sentences introducing and describing this year's technology theme. Each sentence must have at least 6 to 8 words in them. And then you'll type so this is the first one. So here this particular student actually said this year's theme, as we were made to be salt and light, that was a previous theme. This theme means we are supposed to be away from the world. We are supposed to be like God, and we are not meant to participate in worldly activities. So they're just describing what it means to them in that first paragraph. And then the second paragraph is asking, how can you apply this to your life? And this person said, by not participating in worldly activity like Halloween or unchrist-like things. So they continue to write their whole paragraph there, and then they continue to write like a summary paragraph at the very end. So you're required to do 3 paragraphs. One, introducing the theme and saying what it means to you. And 2, you're going to say how are you going to apply it to your life, not only at school, but at home as well. You can write a few sentences about how you can apply it at school and at home. And then at the very end, just sum it up why it is a good theme for the school. So after that, then you are allowed to actually insert a picture. See, there's a picture here, so you're going to do Insert Image. So once you do the image, and you can pick an image that is pleasing to God, of course, and you can just do a search, and maybe you could put like love. If the theme is love, you can just click on search on love and maybe find a nice picture of a heart. And so here we got all kinds of wonderful hearts. So I'm just going to pick this one, and once you pick your image, you can just click select, and it will insert it into your document. So there you go. And now see, it actually inserted it kind of in the middle of my text. I didn't really want it there. So I can just click and then go Control X here. That means to just cut it out of the memory. And here I can actually delete this one and then put in Control V and select and put it there, and it's a little big because I really kind of want it to be on one page. So here now I made it a little bit smaller, but you can size it by just clicking on these corners here. It's best to click on the corners so that you maintain the sizing of your actual picture. And now once I have my picture in there, then I can actually start to use the Define tool. If you notice, I actually had some words in here that were underlined and bolded. And what you can do ahead of time, you can actually underline and bold some words that you like to do. I had pre-done them here, but you can certainly pick which words you like. That's why we don't want the whole document to be in bold. We want it to be in just regular font, and then have the opportunity to pick words. So let's say I wanted to use participate instead of meant. So I'm going to uncheck or undo the meant. I don't want it to be underlined anymore, and I don't want it to be bold. And these are simply toggles, meaning they turn each other off if you click on it again. So here now meant is back to being regular font. And now I'm going to select the word participate instead. So here I'm going to click bold, and then I'm going to click underline. But now we need to do this for 3 different words. So now I did participate. You saw how I did it. This is my second word, and here's my third word. So now what we got to do, now that we got them underlined and bolded, now we want to use the Define tool. And there's two ways to use the Define tool. First, you can go up to Tools. You could use it this way. But before you actually use the Define tool, you must select the word, and I did. I selected or highlighted the word participate, and now I'm ready to use the Define tool. So I'm going to click on the Define tool. Now let's say we don't like to use menus. Sometimes you just want to be able to do it right within your document. So you have two ways to do this. So I'm just going to click this off. If you highlight the word, another way to actually go and use the Define tool is to simply highlight the word and right click on your mouse to get what's called a context menu. On this context menu, I can click on the word Define. So once I do that, here it gives me the definition of what participate means, and it also usually gives you looking for synonyms: engage in, join in. So you could pick whichever one you like. So here, participate, engage in, that might be a good one. So you could just highlight the word engage, and you can actually do Control C here and then go back to your word here. And another little trick is if you double click the word, that automatically highlights the whole word. So now we can go Control V and it puts in engaged in. So unfortunately, or engage, actually we just want engage because we had the word in already. So now we're going to double click the word because we want to highlight it and make sure that we actually bold it. So here I can close this dictionary, and actually here's the underline and here's the bold. This is so that I know when I grade it that you actually used the Define tool. So here you should have three words that are actually highlighted and bolded and underlined. So once you do that, then you're set, and you want to make sure that your grammar and your spelling is correct, and then check the rubric to make sure you've done everything. So that's it. Thanks.